Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday the 17th of March and Friday the 18th of March 2022. As usual, we don't typically do market previews for Friday. I don't know that we'd make a change for this week, but this is what we're looking at for the rest of the week. Obviously, it's triple expiration. The March contracts and the options for March, the quarterlies expire, and the commodities expire. Everything expires on Friday. We just had Wednesday. We had the Fed announcement. Probably saw options unraveling in a weird way. We'll talk about that in a minute. But it put us. We were higher on the day, and it puts us back up basically against, not quite there yet, but against the downtrend line that's been in place since the start of the year. So we're coming up against a big critical level, and we'll see what that means for us. But overall, an up day after a wiggle, and a pretty big wiggle, and we'll look at that in a minute. Let's go through the major indices. So the S&P was up 95 points. There's a gap up and then closed higher. It did basically fill the gap. We'll show you that in a minute. NASDAQ 100, though, up 498. And this thing is still just basically right at the downtrend line. It's funny because the 16,000 whatever number with the 13 sell signal at the end of December was the high. We're down 300 something points from that, or almost 300 points from that. 3,000 points, sorry. And this bounce looks impressive, but, it's really not. The SOX up 159.83, puts us still right against that downtrend line. The biotech's up 143.04. Russell 2000 up 61.75. That's off the lows, but again, hasn't really gone anywhere yet. Crude oil up $1.41 after really selling off. We had that spike when the Ukraine war started. It took us from 92 to 130, and then all the way back. Right, we're basically back 96 and change. So again, the war doesn't seem to be affecting crude oil the way you would have thought. Obviously, it was up leading into those concerns, and we can have a whole discussion about supply chain issues and what that really means for oil. And we probably should, because drill baby drill is not a solution, but there's other issues out there, obviously. Having said that, the market's not really reacting too badly, given everything. We're under 100 still. Gold down, or up 27.6. Another one that spiked, but then came back. And now trying to bounce a bit. The advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ plus 2197. Pretty positive day. Overall on the New York plus 1878, or 1902, sure. Up near, that's one of the highest in the last year, maybe the top 10. NASDAQ volume 6.5 billion shares, so good volume. One of the top days of the year so far, the third best day of the year. But again, we'll expect a bigger day on Friday with triple expiration. That'll be meaningless volume, but it is what it is. The VIX back down 26.67 after hitting 3750. We still haven't gotten over that 40 level. Unclear if we will. Probably will at some point. We'll see what happens. That'll be when we tank and break the lows again on the market. The trend closes at 0.81. That drops that 10-day to 0.88. And it was a little bit lower even yesterday. Matter of fact, what was it yesterday? Let's take a look. The lowest it got was 0.85. So anything under 0.85 is a sell signal on the broad market. We didn't quite get there, but we got there quick. I mentioned that the other day as some big numbers dropped off. And so it is what it is. Apple gains $4.50. But still not near the highs. Amazon up 114.75, but not near the highs either. Facebook up $11.60. That's off the lows. Google up 81.65, not near the highs. Goldman Sachs up 11.6. Again, these are just bounces off the lows at this point. Netflix up 13.78 as they try to plug holes. By the way, new announcement today that they're trying to, in a couple countries, prevent people from using Netflix. It used to be you could use it with your family even if they were out of the house, meaning give your password to other people out of the house as long as it was limited to so many people using it. Now they're trying to lock it down so that it's per location, which will be interesting. Peloton up 70 cents. TLT up $1.29. That's off the lows again. So bonds continue. Remember, the Fed raised rates a quarter point today, but they're talking about a total of 7 this year, which would be at least 1.75% on the rate hikes. So that's what's coming. Tesla up 38.34, off 13 buy signal, bouncing off the risk line. Good one there. Zoom up $7.87. VIX, the VXX, closes down at $2.75. We did get lucky and sell some up at 41, almost at the high the other day. That was pretty great. Bitcoin back up to 41,330, and the Dow was up 518. Kind of weird when the Dow's up almost as much as the NASDAQ 100. I mean, it used to be that NASDAQ 100 couldn't move anywhere near well, the Dow moves, but it is what it is. All right, in terms of intraday action, here's the 5-minute candles on the ES. So again, Tuesday was a steady climb, but then Wednesday we gap up. Most of the day was a gap, by the way. Half of the move today was a gap. We bounced around a little bit, tried to go higher early in the first hour, then just flattened out as usual. You're waiting for the Fed, and then the Fed, now that we're near the lows of the session, the Fed comes out, nothing happens for a few minutes, and then finally, when everybody starts to realize, oh, they're going to raise interest rates 7 times this year, they're saying it, and then everything tanked, went back to basically fill the gap, and then the Fed press conference happens, and for whatever reason the market rallies. I don't know if they solved any problems, because you got Ukraine and you got inflation and you're stuck as to whether you should raise rates or not. But at the end of the day, we close at the highs of the day, and that's that. In terms of economic data left for the week here in the U.S., we've got the Bank of England has a rate announcement tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We've got the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers, along with Philly Fed and housing starts and building permits tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning Eastern Time. Industrial, which is an hour before the bell. Industrial production and capacity utilization at 9:15. Natty gas at 10:30. And then on Friday, existing home sales CB leading index at 10, and that's it. And then we've got triple expiration. So Friday, again, without other news, Friday should be kind of a bust. I'm trying to think, what's the next holiday? It's got to be Good Friday ahead of Easter. So I'm just trying to figure out when that is. Sunday, April 17th. So we've still got a month from now until the next holiday. And then Memorial Day after it. So things are kind of spread out. So we should have some straightforward trading weeks. Usually markets are interesting straight through tax day and April 15th and everything else. That's that same weekend. Nothing, this is a great time of year to be trading. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday.